Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. Things already rolling. It does seem to be a 4-3-3, Jim.
Well, one of the attacking advantages in this setup, Peter, is the impact that can be made between fullbacks and the attacking wide players. These combinations, when worked well, can be a real handful for any opposition, and we're likely to witness that again. You often see the wide man drift inside to allow the fullback to make the run out wide, and it can just throw the...
Azar! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Balde just loves to go forward whenever he can. Mbappe going face-to-face with his great rival.
The Netherlands promoted the philosophy of total football, and Clarence Seedorf is one of its finest exponents.
Yeah, pretty hard to find a weakness, isn't it?
Yeah, and for all his strengths, Peter, I think it's his passing that stands out mostly for me. He supports all of that with real determined movement, whether he plays as a 10 or deeper.
Kusanov plays a sharp little ball here. Oh, nicely intercepted. So, Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked.
Getting up there! And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Lewandowski. Nedved looking for the chance to skim one in from range. So it is still 0-0. This is a promising build-up. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Hullet, foot in. Nice-looking ball. No, he's just misjudged that one. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. And it's Azar. That's a sharp pass. Vieira. And here's Azar. Azar will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Balde. And here's Soboslai. That is good strength. Vieira wins the duel this time.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Oh, super find. And this is Azar. Cross into the box. Oh, good effort! And that was very necessary. Azar. 15 minutes till half-time. Looking to play him in. Nedved finding himself in space. Schmeichel claims it. Safe hands. And the through ball. Rummenigge. Shot, surely! And he couldn't finish.
A wonderful ball to play him in like that. Great pace, into feet, nearly superb.
Barcelona with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Bergomi. And this is Azar. And he's gone looking for safety. Pepe is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. Thuram making good progress on the right-hand side. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
And here's the chance to counter. And he's running through. Vieira did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Seedorf. And he whips it in. He's rising! And it's a goal!
Surprise, surprise. Look who turns up to give his side the ultimate lift before the break. Now we can look forward to a whole different game in this second half.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Barcelona are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
You felt it was coming, 1-0.
Well, I think the managers are going to have to scrap whatever they had in mind for the half-time team.
Just the keeper in his way. That's brave goalkeeping, really decisive.
Listen, in those situations...
So, a temporary halt to the action. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking. Ukraine finding themselves behind by just 1 goal at the break.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest. So straight into the second half.
Ukraine can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Well, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. And he's quick to snatch it back. No way through there. He won't be happy with that one. Dumfries. And it's Nedved. Nicely weighted ball. Seedorf conjures time and space where few can. Rummenigge in acres of space out wide. Rummenigge has it out wide and in space.
Was that the first time we've seen them try that? It's definitely given the opposition a little more to think about.
Well, that has not gone well. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Nedved. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Rummenigge. Oh, that's fabulous. Kaká. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
And it's Azar. That has been slung wide. Big chance! And he hits the net. They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
Stylish in the extreme, a delicious goal.
That is simply tremendous. I mean, how easy would it have been to get across it or overhit it? Perfection.
So they have it all to do again.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And here's Hullet. Vieira. Now that looks a decent ball. Shoots! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal
So we have
21
movement on both
será
benches.
reemplazado por el dorsal 20. Ibrahimovic. Se va a realizar un cambio de jugadores.
Tries one from range. Oh, it's come loose. And now a sudden chance to counter. That is good alertness. Ukraine still have the cards to affect this game. Rafinha. And it's Bellingham. Azar. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Now it's Cruyff. Dumfries. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. And Cruyff! Goal, Ukraine! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! Calm, composed, confident. What a super goal.
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal
So
7.
changes afoot here, and from both sides.
El dorsal 8.
Well, this is what we've been waiting
El
for.
dorsal 18.
Well, I think you can write this lot off at your peril. It's been a joy to watch them hold themselves right back into it. Now, can they hang on?
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Spread neatly. And it's Bellingham. And here's Rafinha. Pepe can clear it away. And they're quick to get it back. Van Dijk promptly onto that, and that is that. Bellingham. Looking for options for movement.
Ukraine surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Not a hint of offside here. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Now it's Nedved. And he's heaved it away. And here's Dumfries. It's run loose here.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
And they've switched it over to the other side.
That's a great ball cross-field.
Rafinha looking to receive it in space. Oh, well played, well sorted out. And it's Totti.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Now then, the ball's come loose. Time added on will be 2 minutes. That's a cute ball. No luck with that dink over the top. And that is as far as it goes. What a terrific response it was to adversity. What a fantastic game from those players. What unity, what joy. That was so very, very good. Vieira taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so. So there it is. What struck you most about that?
Well, I have to say I'm thoroughly impressed with what we've just witnessed. As soon as they got their goal, you felt they were always going to go on and find a winner, and they did just that.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening.